All right, everyone. Welcome to my very first Facebook Live. I am so excited to be finally doing this. Give me a moment because I am going to maybe learn how to invite people. Let's see here. All right, give me one moment as I'm getting used to this whole new layout. My heart is beating out of my chest right now, which is invigorating and scary and all the feels. But I'm excited, guys. I have been tiptoeing around the idea of doing my own business essentially by embracing the things that I've wanted to embrace for so long, and I'm finally doing it, and it feels amazing. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right to it. Today's Facebook Live talk is all about how to set effective goals and how not just to set them, but how to let them be accomplished. Now, I'm choosing my words very carefully there because I think for me, approaching goal setting and approaching reaching my goals from a very masculine perspective, and that's not just to say man, right, but just masculine energy from a very like grind hard, go hard, like do all the work, stay up all hours of the night, like working, like that very aggressive and way too intense way of approaching success, right, doesn't work for me when I'm trying to reach my goals. For me, I need a much more surrender approach and a knowing approach, and kind of lean into faith that by taking the actions that I feel are necessary and am being divinely guided to take, that is all I have to do, and then the universe will fill in the blanks, right? So it's basically leaving room for miracles. Sorry, my cat is like trying to get on my lap so hard right now. So feel free to comment in the box there so that I can answer any of the questions you guys have as we go through this. And then just as a little bit of an introduction about me, I have come up with the tagline of alchemize limiting beliefs and unleash pure potential. And so everything that we talk about today, guys, is geared in the direction of helping you understand where you're holding yourself back and then how to take the action necessary to alchemize limiting beliefs and then unleash your deepest and purest potential. So hi guys, everyone who's showing up. Looks like we have Jasmine and Barbara. Hey Barb! Hey guys, awesome. Thanks so much for joining. So feel free to ask questions, comment as we go along. And yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right in. So if you take anything away from today's conversation, I want you guys to know that clarity is the most important step you can take in setting goals. If you don't know why you're setting the goals you're setting, if you don't know what it is that you're wanting to achieve, if you don't know what the purpose is behind the goal, if you don't know why you want to feel the feeling that's going to come from that goal, they're meaningless. They don't hold power. They lack clarity. So you have to get very clear first on what your intentions are, on what your desires are, and on what you are hoping to gain from this in order to share with the world something else, right? It's all about giving and receiving. So let's move on to step one. So step one for setting goals that are not only going to be accomplished or have already been set in stone in your future, accomplished, right, is you have to be very clear about what you're not available for. So I'm going to use my personal goals and everything that I wrote out for myself this month as a reference to kind of give you guys some clarity as to what I'm referring to. But basically, I said I am not available for, and then have 6 bullet points here in front of me, and I'll just kind of hold this up so you guys can see that it's nothing fancy. It's just a notebook with some words written down. Doesn't have to be pretty. But basically, the thing that I would love to share with you guys is I said that I'm not available for opportunities that do not nourish my coaching business. So anytime we make transitions, anytime we're trying to accomplish something new, I think it's very, very important that we're extremely clear with ourselves and with the universe, God, angels, soul, whatever you want to call it, what we're not available for. By me saying I'm not available for opportunities that don't help my business coaching, right? That don't directly nourish my coaching business, I know and I trust that the opportunities that will come up this month are divinely guided and meant to be, hey Viola, and are meant to be there in front of me to use as an action step towards my goals, right? It completely removes the questioning and the guessing behind, is this the opportunity I should take? Is this an opportunity that's worth my time? When you declare that you are not available for whatever, for me, it's opportunities that don't directly nourish my business, they won't show up. And you have to lean into that faith in order for that to be true. Clarity, declaration, two major themes amongst every single step that we're going to go over today. So after you have listed out what you are not available for this month, step 2 is what are 3 to 5, maybe more, maybe less, depending on how that number feels for you, 3 to 5 non-negotiable goals for you. So the first time someone has introduced the idea to me that you can set goals that are non-negotiable and believe that they're non-negotiable, right? The idea that we can put our foot down about, yes, this is going to happen no matter what, was magic to me. Like, my coach, Aislinn Walton, was the first woman who introduced this idea to me. And like, guys, I will never forget my reaction after she said that. I was like, are you serious? Like, can I really do that? Is that really a thing? And she was like, yes, absolutely. You have to declare your goals if you expect them to arrive, if you expect them to become your reality. And now, having spent some time with that thought, it makes so much sense. But at first, it can be a bit of a shock. So let these words come into you. Let them plant seeds in your head. Don't feel overwhelmed if something doesn't quite make sense right away. I promise in due time it will. So 3 to 5 non-negotiable goals for me. One that I will share, let's see. So yeah, I'm going to be super transparent with you guys here, and hopefully all my coaching babes out there agree that this is appropriate to share with an audience. But a non-negotiable goal for me is making $3,333 or more cash money in my bank account, hopefully, if not by Monday, October 22nd of 2018, at least within the month of October. I don't quite agree on rushing the magic. I don't quite agree on always setting a deadline for things to arrive, because I think everything has perfect timing. So this might be something where I could work on leaning into my faith a bit more, but I really want to declare this date in particular, and I feel called to do so because girls got bills that need to be paid, and this transition requires deadlines to be met. So really stepping up there and declaring exactly what it is that I need from the universe in order to keep doing my service-based work. So that was one of, I listed out 5 non-negotiables, but I'm going to be totally honest, most of the rest, yes, the rest of the non-negotiables all link back to that number 1 non-negotiable goal for me this month. And I think that's probably the byproduct for a lot of people. I think we all have probably 1, at most 2 major overarching goals, and then there's little goals that we want to hit on the way to getting there, which takes us basically in to step 3, and that is, what are you going to accomplish? What, right? Like, what action steps will you take to create opportunity for your goals to manifest? Now, I am reading this off of a notebook because I am very, very carefully selecting my words. Every word that I select has been selected for a reason. So something that I wrote down originally, I said, what action steps will you take to reach your goals? And I was like, wait a minute. The goals have already been met. You don't have to reach for them, which I know sounds crazy, but hear me out. Clarity and declaration. When you're clear about what you are willing to show up for, what you are not available for within a month, what you are not negotiating with, right? Something that is going to happen, period. You don't have to reach for it to happen. You simply have to take the action steps to make the opportunity available. And the opportunity will be made available through you taking action, right? Again, leaning into faith, leaning into that divine intuition, knowing that when you're in flow and when you're doing the work from a place of heart and soul and love and passion and all the good things, these things happen for you. You don't have to work so hard for them to become a reality. Does that make sense? You don't have to struggle. You don't have to push against. success. Success does not have to be hard. Okay, so what are you going to accomplish, right? So what I did was I looked at my non-negotiables, and then I went ahead and said, what are you going to accomplish in order to create opportunity for these things to become manifested? So let's see here. So to tie it back into the non-negotiable, I shared with you all what am I going to accomplish? I listed out that I am going to accomplish one paid in full, one-on-one private coaching client who is my soul client, ready to experience massive growth, pleasure, and more money. So I went ahead and said that this is going to happen. I am going to have my soul client, the girl who I am so aligned with, the woman who is so ready to transition and grow and embrace and invest in herself, right? This woman is going to come to me. We are going to vibe so well, and she is going to be my first one-on-one private client. I can feel it. She's out there. I know she might be watching this now. Who knows? But I know I'm creating all the opportunity in order for this woman to find me. So something else that I followed that up with was that I'm going to go live at least 3 times every week and gain exponential visibility. What I have to do on my end for that action is I have to show up. I have to make myself visible. I have to make myself available to my soul clients to find me, right? The universe, God, magic, bliss, whatever you want to call it, doesn't do all the work for you. You have to take action steps to create the opportunity for these magical miracles and perfect timing things to exist. So that is what these action steps should be built around. Action step number 3 for me was post every day on Instagram with high value content. I want people to know that level 1 is coming to my content. Level 1 is enjoying everything that I have to offer for you for free. And if that's all you need, great. Take it and run with it and go follow your passions. Go make your dream life a reality. But for some of you, I know this content is going to light a fire under your butt. You're going to want more, and you're going to see the value in investing in yourself to exponentially grow whatever it is you're trying to do. I have a feeling most of my clients, in my mind, my soul clients, are going to be coaches themselves, are going to be in a service-based, very nourishing environment, ready to give to other people, because that is what I like to do. So, all right, let's see here. Any of these? Yeah, I had a really interesting kind of like goal / manifestation in here that's not really super pertinent to my main non-negotiable. Okay, great. So I think that's all I'm going to share for my action steps, just because not all of them are super important to share. But that was step 3, setting your action steps, deciding where you are going to create opportunity within your reality for miracles, for perfect timing, for that awesome blessing to show up. Step 4, and this I think is arguably the most important step, feeling it. Feeling your goals as though they have already happened, because they have. When you guys are declaring your goals, when you guys are setting your goals up for the month, for the year, for the quarter, however you do it, you need to embody the feeling as though it has already happened. Now, what do I mean by that? It took me a while to kind of grasp how to embody a feeling of something that hasn't already happened without also sorry, my cat's distracting me. Without also compromising your investment in taking action, right? Hopefully that is making sense. But basically what I mean is like, okay, if I create this memory, or if I pretend like, or if I embody the emotion of these things having already been accomplished, then how do I keep the energy and the oomph and the want to complete all the action steps necessary for the opportunities to show up? So I have found that the best way for me to embody the feeling of these goals already having come into fruition, having already been decided that this is my reality, this is my future, this is my present, it has already happened, waiting for me to arrive with it, right? Is to journal and to create a memory around the idea or around the feelings of accomplishing those goals. So, for example, I'll read to you guys the memory I created around me earning the $3,333 angel numbers for life from my first private one-on-one client. So I said, The $3,333 for my first one-on-one private client just arrived in my personal PayPal account, and I'm so ecstatic, filled with ecstasy, knowing that this woman just stepped so fully into her potential and is now on the fast track to feeling, receiving, and giving more. I'm celebrating by paying my coach Aislinn $1,230 for the remainder of my 2018 mentoring, sending out Go-Go, Margie, my mom and dad cards. Sorry guys if you're watching this and this is giving away your soon-to-be card. But yeah, so giving my loved ones cards, thanking them for always providing love, support, and money when I needed it most. Then now I'm going to the beach. Paying Aislinn feels like I'm receiving the money myself. It's the most invigorating, I couldn't even read my handwriting, guys, the most invigorating, nourishing, empowering investment. And then I meditated on that feeling. I spent time quiet. I laid in bed before I fell asleep, and I really embodied what that feels like. I imagined myself in that moment experiencing these emotions, what it would feel like, what would be going through my head, what my body would feel like, what I would be called to do next, right? That is the feeling I am going to be embodying this whole month, because that is how I know without a doubt this will happen. It will manifest magically and miraculously because I'm showing up, I'm taking my action steps, I'm creating visibility, I'm reaching out, I'm giving the opportunity a chance to arise for that woman to see me and that woman to match with my vibration. So I believe that's all I'm going to share from that, because the rest of it has to do with my very big announcement coming on Monday, and I don't want to give that away yet. It's very exciting, but it's totally worth the wait, guys, I promise. Moving on from step 4 about feeling what it feels like to embody those, the goals, embodying the feelings that come along with reaching those goals. This is step 5. So step 5, I want you guys to go back to your non-negotiables list, right? Go back to your non-negotiable goals that you have set up for yourself this month, this quarter, whatever. Ask yourself, when you read through each goal, do you feel any pushback? Do you feel any, it starts with an R, not reverence, what's resistance? Any resistance? Geez. Do you feel any resistance around that goal? So for me, I know that imagining going from my current past salary, right, as a yoga teacher and a struggling massage therapist, right, I know I have resistance around receiving. Now I know that because when I read $3,333 cash money in my bank account by Monday, October 22nd, 2018, I feel the fear. I feel the worry. I feel the doubt that it won't happen. So this is your next step. You need to identify limiting beliefs you have around your non-negotiable goals, right? I'll say it again, step 5, identify limiting beliefs you have around your non-negotiable goals. So I will share what I wrote and explain it a little bit more in detail. So what I want you guys to do is identify what you believe that is giving you resistance around your goal. Then I want you to ask why you believe that, what past shaming moment or what past authority figure or what authority figure period has given you an example or has told you something, not out of intention of hurting you or of holding you back, but has said something to you that has given you this belief in something that is no longer serving you, right? Identify the why, and then forgive the authority figure who placed that memory in your brain. Forgive yourself for believing it for so long. And then just know that, you know, no matter what faith, no matter what spirit, no matter what, deeper, higher purpose you are following, whatever you're being guided by, forgives you as well. This is a full circle forgiveness, guys. So around the money, I wrote, I forgive my mom for telling me to believe money is difficult and stressful to bring in. I forgive myself for believing her. That might sound cold, but the intention I have behind it is so deep and meaningful, and that's what matters. It doesn't have to sound good to other people. It just has to feel good for you. Now, after you guys identify the belief, you identify how it got there, you're forgiving everyone involved for latching on to those meaningless flits of unintentional words being taken the wrong way or experiences being taken so wholeheartedly that they hold you back. Forgiving all of that And then this is where the magic happens. Create a new and nourishing high-level belief, right? So this is where I want you as women, men, you're getting in touch with your God self, I suppose, but women, I want you to get in touch with your goddess level, boss, babe, high vibe self. And I want you to ask her, for guys, him, ask yourself, what is it that you truly believe to the depths of your soul about blank? And for me, it would be about receiving abundance, receiving money, because guys, how you receive money is probably most likely how you receive love and how you receive nurturing and how you receive compliments. It's a great one to start with if you want to pick out your patterns here. And then shifting to a new belief, creating a new belief, creating a feeling around a new belief so you can completely reinvent your reality. I know that sounds big, bear with me. So what I wrote to shift my belief from my very limited perspective on receiving and creating opportunity for money, I wrote that I believe that money flows effortlessly to me when I am rooted in service and guiding women to embody their highest self. I am a money magnet. Women are begging to pay me for my coaching. I know what you guys are thinking. That sounds kind of cocky. That sounds kind of confident and maybe a little bit airheaded or big-headed or whatever you're starting to fear. I want you guys to know that believing in yourself and putting your foot down about your worth is not shameful. You should not feel shame around lifting yourself up to the highest level of your possible manifestation, right? Of your possible existence. No one should feel shame for wanting more. No one should feel fame for wanting more so that they can give more, right? The key thing here for me to feel really good about this declaration was money flows effortlessly to me when I am rooted in service, guiding women to their highest self. When I'm rooted in my purpose, when I'm rooted in my divinely driven and guided desires. That is the magic essence we are going for. We are going for the soul vibe. We are going for the purpose. We are going for your deepest desires. We are going for faith and trust in that everything is happening for you, not against you, right? Hopefully that all made sense. I kind of almost got on a little bit of a tangent there for a moment. So I think I might share one more declaration. Yes. So as a high-level coach, I am asking for high-level showing up and high-level investments from my clients because I know what happens when we show up fully. I have experienced it firsthand and can acknowledge where that has happened now in the past and how magical, how empowering, and how enlightening that is to experience that fully present, showing up, investing in myself feeling. So, that being said, I'm still a new coach. I am still new at receiving abundance, and I need to constantly remind myself that I am no longer in this limiting belief. This limiting belief that I have acknowledged in myself is I believe that once I achieve my first sale, that then I will be validated to think I'm worth what I'm charging. I forgive myself for not accepting my inner worth. I forgive others who have ever asked me to prove it before believing in me. That was a breakthrough for me last night. I wrote this at like 1 a.m. last night, guys. Crazy inspired. I have so much I want to share that it's hard to sleep sometimes because I just want to stay up and do it all. But acknowledging that belief in myself was magic. And I shifted it into this. I believe that the experience of an environment that encourages a woman to let her walls down, dreams step forward, and desires be prioritized is priceless. And it's up to me to honor my own desires, to guide my monetary and emotional investments from others because my desires are divinely guided. So this is where we get to talk about goal shaming, right? I used to feel really funny when I would read a post from a coach saying like, oh my God, just hit my first 30K month, or oh my God, guys, biggest month yet, the bar is only going to be higher, my prices are rising. You know, I had so much resentment around like, why would you do that? Like, what is the purpose? Like, you don't need 30K a month. You don't need this or that. It's not necessarily about getting by, surviving, right? Our life was meant for pleasure. We were meant to thrive. Say it again, ladies. I am meant for pleasure. I am meant to thrive, not just survive. No one should have to have keep my head above water syndrome. No one should feel like that is their reality. Now, I read something really interesting that I want to share with you guys. A coach that I am in a mentoring group with currently got a lot of kickback on a post that she had written about abundance mindset, about money mindset, and about how we have limiting beliefs that absolutely, without a doubt, hold us back from achieving more bliss, more love, more exponential growth, more abundance, more money, more luxury, right? We've got beliefs that hold us back from that. We've got shame that holds us back from that. And the kickback she got was like, well, not everyone is in as privileged as a position as you to spend all this time manifesting and being abundant and blah, 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 and attacking the idea that we are in control of our own reality. I want to debunk that right now. Because if you don't believe that you're in control of your reality, if you believe that you are the victim, you will always be the victim, period. The circumstances that manifest within our lives come from a reflection of what's within. Now that's not to say that anyone is at fault, right? You are not at fault for living the reality that you're living, especially if it's unintentional, right? There's a lot of people in this world who need to receive a lot of healing, guys, and not everyone is going to receive that in my lifetime. And if they do, cool, but like, I'm going to be a little bit more grounded here in saying that we can't fix, we can't help, we can't give everyone this reality. But what we can do is we can give it to ourselves. And by giving it to ourselves, we are empowering a chain reaction that is going to set off hundreds of thousands of other women and other men, of other people stepping into their purpose, stepping into their desires, and feeding their soul. Everyone deserves a cup that is overflowing always. Everyone deserves their cup to overflow. I'm going to say it again. You deserve a cup that is overflowing, not just getting by. Not half full, not almost full, overflowing. And that's the place where you set these goals in. I want your cup to overflow. I'm sure you do too. So set goals that are going to allow your cup to overflow. This idea that we have to be realistic, that we have to play by the rules, that we have to exist within a confined box, within a confined expansion rate, is insane. Like, it's not real. It's a mentality. It's a belief. And the minute you shift away from that belief, the minute you identify it, you forgive it, you move forward, you thank it for serving you for what it did, and now you're here. You just decided that you have up-leveled, right? That's the action step. When people invest in one-on-one coaching, when people invest big on whatever it is they're using to fill their cup, to nourish themselves, to hold themselves accountable, you don't wait to receive the up level. You instantly up level. Your mind is instantly functioning from this higher place with your highest self, reaching even higher goals, right? And sometimes it takes help to get there. Sometimes it takes nourishment and encouragement. What I wrote about the most valuable thing being an environment where women can drop their walls down, let their desires step forward, and their passions take the lead, that is the most valuable thing you will ever pay for. That is the most valuable thing you could ever step into, because that is all you need in order to become the person you want to be, the person you're dreaming of being, the person who is achingly screaming to get out, right? You guys all know who you are. You are the women who want the world and don't understand why people around you don't all want the same thing. You're the woman who believes you can have anything you want if you just have the right environment. You're the woman who knows your needs need to be met in order to be successful. You are also the woman who respects the fact that the more you give, the more you receive, and that this cycle is never ending and so fruitful. There's no such thing as the universe running low on miracles. There's no such thing as the universe running out on abundance to give absolutely every soul, every drop of life on this planet. It's up to us to create it though. All right, guys, so I'm gonna run through the list one last time. Again, clarity is key here. Be specific and then let it go. It's a declaration and then a detachment. And understanding that by leaning into faith and by knowing that you're doing your soul's purpose and you're doing the work, you're showing up, you're being visible, you're taking action, the rest will follow suit. So the takeaway. Takeaway is clarity. Be clear, be clear, be clear, declare it, be clear, let it go. Step 1, what are you not available for this month? Step 2, What are 3 to 5 non-negotiable goals for you? Step 3, what are you going to accomplish? What action steps will you take to create opportunity for goals to manifest? Leave room for miracles. What does it step 4? What does it feel like to reach each of your non-negotiable goals? As though it has already happened, embody the feeling. This is where goals become efficiently met. Step 5, can't even talk anymore, guys. Step 5, identify limiting beliefs you have around non-negotiable goals. What do you believe? Why do you believe it? Forgive the authority figure, forgive yourself, create a new, nourishing, high-level belief. And then step 6, guys, which is what I just mentioned, detach, release. Trust you are doing your part because the reality, your reality, is a reflection of your beliefs. Everything in your goals are already met. So that's all I have for you guys today. I would love if you completed this exercise. Feel free to share your goals, share your intentions, make it real, declare it. Hold yourself accountable by telling people what you're doing, right? It's kind of scary, but there's a healthy way to balance that vulnerability and then that boss babe girl who's just like going at it behind the scenes, working her butt off with grace and ease. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining in. I plan on saving this live and posting it up on my page. If you search Caitlin Black, or my little like @ thing for the page is @coach.caitlinblack, it'll guide you to my page, like it, and this will be posted there. And I might store it on my personal page as well, just until I figure out which one is best to use for business. So awesome, guys. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you soon.